Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. And starting on the daily chart here, we are looking of course at our 1 2 1 2 and then 1 2, so triple 1 2s, 3 4 and a 5, finishing our first 4 5, and we're looking probably at a finished second wave 4, which is in the orange scenario, and we already took the high here impulsively somehow, but yeah, not very clear if this is done as a wave 5, because possibly we're gonna get a much higher wave 5 in the orange in case that we have bottomed for this wave 4 in the orange here. In case of course that we did not bottom yet and we're still looking for lower prices, meaning this of course trend is gonna be shifted to the right side for more time, and of course we might still dive a little bit deeper here for another wave 4 in A, B, and a C, of course, and then looking for a wave 5 here, and then of course one more 4-5 in the yellow scenario to finish of course this bull run at around 130k. Now these are the most highest possibilities that we have of course here, where we said okay that we have a finished 1-2 probably because this is an impulse somehow and it took the high. However, it can be considered as a finished wave 5, or it can be a 1 2 3 4 and a 5 again to finish this wave 5 in a higher price. In the case that we have a finished wave B, meaning of course we're still looking for a wave 4 here to be done, and then looking for a wave 5 again, of course for higher prices here, and yeah, that means of course a little bit lower price first, getting to this area, and then of course getting high again of course for a wave 5. So one of these both scenarios, I know even this bearish scenario or short-term bearish looks even bullish, meaning after getting the low here we might come back and yeah, get the high one more time again, meaning bullish and continuation of the bullish scenario. So yeah, basically these are the insight on the daily. I would say, yeah, of course we are looking still for higher in Bitcoin. We're looking for a wave 5 toward the upside still in the orange, and we are looking to finish it, right? So let's move to the 1 hour chart to see what happened inside this area, which it looks very consolidating area and very corrective as well. So let's open here. As you can see, yes, we have our triangle yesterday in the follow-up, where we saw, of course, a wave 1 here, where we have finished a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, considering that this is a wave 1, right? And we are looking for a wave 2 to be finished. Now, as I said yesterday, if this consolidation continues, we have to consider this is an expanded triangle, and that meaning your WXY here, W, X, and a Y, your wave Y is a very choppy triangle, of course A, B, C, D, and then of course one more wave E, probably getting into a zigzag this here, in case we invalidated yesterday night. Okay, even it went more sideways, it didn't give up a price decision upside or downside, it just went of course horizontally, and that is yeah, still of course, I mean, it's a weekend at the end. So yeah, our invalidation of the first bullish scenario, where we think that we have finished 1 2 3 4 and a 5, and this might be your wave 2 here, but it looks very choppy right now, and it looks like kind of a continuation of this triangle. In case that the price action move towards the downside to this price 102,900, if we touch this price, therefore invalidation of your 1 2 here, yeah, because this is of course your 886, invalidation of any kind of 1 2. And then of course we would like to move a little bit lower. Now how much lower? Preferably to not break this trend taken of course from the bottom of this triangle. Yeah, like as you can see, it's a very clear trend. It's better to not break it, of course, and start to move towards the upside from it there. If we break it and we move down, because normally your wave E is the most intense wave in the triangle and is very tricky. Sometimes it breaks it and it moves directly towards the upside explosively. and massively towards the upside. This is a tricky always side of a triangle. Wave E. And yeah, if this wave E move towards the downside, you don't want to take the low here. If you take this low, which is your wave C, because you have C, D, and an E here, so your wave E should not take the wave C because, of course, invalidation of the triangle. And that meaning something else is unfolding, and it might dive deeper, of course, for a different type of triangle, a different type of correction, sorry. Yeah, so these are the scenarios for what might happen on the 1 hour chart. Now we see a lot of consolidation. Higher possibility is to move toward the upside. If we moved a little bit down, hit the trend, and then moving up, that even would be much more clearer for us. Yeah, that we have finished this triangle and we're moving toward the upside again. W, X, and a Y, very long wave Y. So let's see the indicators. So let's start with the RSI. Yeah, so for the RSI, let's start on the 1 hour chart. That would be great. So on the last, well, it is a triangle. So you know that you might see also a triangle on the RSI because, yeah, the price is consolidating as well. So we cannot really say we are bullish or bearish still, since we see consolidation on both RSI 1 hour chart and 4 hour chart. Let's see in a bigger view. So in a bigger view here, we have this top and this one. Okay, well, we have something here. It's kind of like exhaustion of buyers. It looks like a little bit. Yeah, it's a divergence on the top here, as you can see, where it shows an exhaustion of buyers. And that's why we see, of course, consolidation after it. So this is already a clear signal for us. As a bullish divergence, I don't see any still yet, but yes, I see one. We have one here and one there. Yeah, so we see some divergence. Well, we got the high, but it might still play for the Monday. Yeah. This is it's a slight divergence, right, between this one and this one here. But we saw higher prices. But I think then, yeah, on Monday, I think this is gonna be much more clearer, of course, to move to the upside. I'm trying to find another signal after it. Nothing yet. Everything is okay. But yeah, this might still be playing. So I think if we get even a lower price a little bit here, and this RSI gets a little bit downside, this divergence will continue. Yeah, and then it will give, of course, another bigger divergence, and then moving toward the upside. And this might be your wave E in the triangle. Thank you, RSI. So yeah, I think this applies very clearly with the RSI. On the daily chart, let's move to the daily. On the daily, we see, let's see a bigger view as well. No, nothing. Nothing very important here. Well, yeah, but this is a very small. Okay, yeah, I think on the daily, we have very sideways, the same as for the RSI. Nothing really important. I would say those are the most important. Now it looks a little bit divergent here, meaning yeah, it looks a little bit. It's not really important. It can go down a little bit and readjust, and moving toward the upside continuation. We are very close to overbought area on the daily, but we did not touch it, so we have a gap to reach, and I think this might be your wave 5 gap here, touching the high and start to move toward the downside. Let's move to the MACD here. The MACD we have, of course, on the daily starting here. Okay, very good. I mean, on the MACD, we still open for the trend. The trend is still open for a higher, meaning, of course, higher volume of buyers can be, we can get more high volume again, even if it goes a little bit down, and then it can open back again until you get your bearish cross exactly, and finishing at that time your wave 5. Yeah. So this will be more than enough for your wave 5. Very nice for the MACD. It is open for us on the daily. Now we see, of course, higher volume of sellers here, but of course, after all, it has, of course, lowered down. So no here, as you can see, and it has started our wave 1 after it. So on the 4-hour chart, what do we have? Oh, we're very neutral on the 4-hour chart. Yeah, the trend is very neutral, moving sideways, and of course close to the zero. It might of course play as a support and start to move toward the upside as first highest probability, rather than breaking it directly, I think. Yeah, so we have, of course, on the 1-hour chart, it's the same, very sideways. Yeah, not so much volume. Oh my God, yeah, very sideways. Yeah, so nothing really interesting on the MACD, only on the daily on the MACD, I would say. It's very interesting. Let's see just the weekly. On the weekly, yeah, we have, as you can see, the trend is opening again, meaning it is open for a new candle, and it just appeared right now. I don't know why we are very close to have a green candle. It's changing right now. So yeah, I think this is still open, and then yeah, higher prices. It means, of course, it will give us a more green candle here to show, of course, much more potential. I mean, we only need one candle, just to get the wave 5 and then moving toward the downside for another 4-5. That's very normal. Even here we can get somehow like this, and this would be more than enough to get 4-5. Of course, where we have another indicator is, of course, our KGT indicator. Let's see the KGT, which is, for me, is the most precise on the lower term. Let's say here we have, okay, on the 15-minute chart, as you can see, the buy signal is on the wave 1. And then we got a sell signal on the wave 2 here, where we see, of course, this. I would like to see the buy repeating, of course, over there. Now, if we get a little bit weaker signal, as you can see, we have a convergence here between, of course, the on the triangle, telling us, of course, the lower prices, and here we go, it went low. And then, yeah, I mean, a lower, let's take the weaker signal. Okay, that is some pressure. That is some pressure. No divergence. No. Yeah, well, that is some. Here is a divergence. Well, it's a triangle at the end, but there is a more pressure for the bearish. And this, of course, telling us that there is a place for a wave E to still unfolding, meaning your wave E, as we saw on our chart, might, of course, get down a little bit, where you want to hit a wave E in this area, yeah, around this area here, before invalidation, I would say. Wave E before hitting the trend even, yeah, so a little bit lower and then moving toward the upside. This is what KGT also says, because if we go low down a little bit, the CVD line will go down. It will become a very big divergence, right? For the even for the stronger signals. This is already divergent as well. If we get a little bit down, this will become very divergent, and the buy signal might transform to this side, and then explosion toward the upside for a wave 3. So this is what KGT is telling us in this area. So basically, we have a nice price action so far. Of course, it is consolidating, but it is telling us clearly that we are in a 1-2 correctively, and we're moving toward the upside once this correction is finished, which is very nice opportunity, I would say. Now the last indicator, let's see the Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands, here we go. So on the Bollinger Bands, let's go a little bit bigger view directly on the daily. Here we go. On the daily, we have, okay, we are on the upper part of the Bollinger Band, but after relaxing the bands, yeah, so we got, of course, a very relaxing band, and as you can see, the bands has started to open, and that meaning, of course, we might extend this or expand this wave toward the upside as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Very nice. I can see that the expansion here has started already, giving, of course, a scenario of bullish towards the upside. So on the 4-hour chart as well, let's see. Yeah, they are squeezing after this triangle. That's perfect because this is what you would like to see. Move toward the upside, squeeze, and then continuation toward the upside again, of course, opening those bands towards the upside again. And as you can see, the squeeze is getting tighter. And here we go on the 1-hour chart. So expect from tonight, I would say, on Sunday afternoon, European time, or at night, the movement will start, I think, toward the upside. We might, of course, get a lower prices, as I mentioned first, to finish a wave E, and then this will be the trigger, of course, for a wave 3 towards the upside, guys. That was it for Bitcoin, the indicator analysis. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comment, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.